Today we're going to be solving rational expressions. So number 1 through 4 says solve the equation by cross multiplying. I'm going to do the even numbers with you. I want you to try the odd ones on your own. So cross multiplying means you multiply x times x. So we get x squared equals x plus negative 4 times x plus 1. Distribute. X squared is negative 4x minus 4. Let's move everything to one side of the equation. So x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 0. We're going to have to factor that. Using the x and the reverse box method, these two numbers should be 2x and 2x. Now we fill them into the box, 2x and 2x, positive 2x. In order to get x squared, we need x and x. Here we're going to need a positive 2, we're going to need a positive 2. So this equation factored out is x plus 2, x plus 2. So that means when we're solving for 0, we're going to have x plus 2 equals 0, and x plus 2 equals 0. For both of these, we're going to get x equals negative 2. That's our answer. Now let's do number 4. Once again, we're going to cross multiply. And then here, get negative 2 times x plus 21 equals x minus 3, x plus 9. Now we're going to distribute. This will give you negative 2x. This is going to give you negative 42 equals. Now for this part, you're going to either use box method, which most of you are used to, or you can use FOIL. That's what I'm going to use. So here we're going to get x squared, then x times 9 will give you positive 9x. Now we're going to multiply negative 3 times x. We're going to get negative 3x. Now negative 3 times positive 9 is going to give us positive 27. Let's combine like terms. So bring this side down, and then here we're going to combine negative x minus 3x, which gives us positive 6x. And bring down the 27. Next part is to bring these that way. So first, let's add positive 2x to both sides. We're going to get, these are going to cancel out, we're going to get negative 42 equals x squared plus 8x plus 27. Now let's bring the 42 that way, so plus 42 on both sides. We get 0 equals x squared plus 8x plus... Okay, I just noticed I made a mistake up here. This negative 3 times positive 9 should give you negative 27, not positive 27. So change that to a negative. Then here to a negative 27. So negative 27 plus 42 is going to give us positive 15. Okay, now here you can factor it like we did for number 2. Or you can simply put it in the calculator and find the zeros. Our zeros are going to be x equals negative 5, x equals negative 3. Okay, moving on to numbers 5 through 12, it says solve the equation by using the least common denominator. Check your solutions. So for these, our least common denominator would be x plus 2 times x plus 1. This is what we did on the last notes. Right, but for this, okay, this is similar to what we did last set of notes, but this time I want you to only multiply the top by our least common multiple, or in this case it'd be least common denominator. So we have our 3, x plus 2, x plus 1, plus 4, rewrite that 4, x plus 2, x plus 1, all over x plus 2, equals 15, x plus 2, x plus 1. So all I did was bring down the same denominator they had originally and only multiply the top by what our least common multiple or denominator is. We do this because now we can cancel out our denominators with our numerators. So now let's bring that what we have down, which is just 3x plus 2, and then 4 times x plus 1 equals 15 x plus 1. Now we're going to distribute. Okay, after we're done distributing, we're going to combine like terms. Three x plus 4x is 7x, and then 6 plus 4 is just 10. Okay, this time, since we don't have x squareds, we can just bring the x's to one side and the numbers to the other side. Let's first move this 7x. They're going to be left with 10 equals 8x plus 15. Now we can move that 15. We're going to be left with negative 5 equals 8x. Last, we need to divide by 8. So our answer is going to be x equals negative 5 over 8. Okay, for this one, it looks like our least common denominator is going to be x minus 1 times x. So let's multiply the whole top row by the least common denominator. This is what we would get. Remember, when you're doing these, you're bringing down the same denominator. You're just multiplying the top row, so the numerator, by the least common denominator. Now we're going to start canceling things out. We have an x minus 1 at the top and at the bottom. We have an x and an x. Let's bring everything down and start simplifying. Here we should get 18x. Negative 18x equals negative 12x plus 12. Right, let's simplify some more. Here we're going to get x squared minus x minus 18x minus 12x plus 12. Distribute once more. At 3. Now we're going to start moving stuff around. So let's move this side that way. Once we've moved everything, we can combine like terms. Once again, if you put this in the calculator and look for the zeros, you're going to get x equals -4 and x equals -1. Okay, for this one, the LCD, in order to figure it out, we need to factor this part. If you factor it, you would get x minus 4, x minus 1. So that means our LCD is x minus 4 times x minus 1. So let's multiply the whole numerator by the LCD. After we're done writing it out, we can start canceling things out. Here we have both of these cancel out, this cancels out. Now let's rewrite it. For this part, we're going to use FOIL or the box method. Either way, you're going to get x squared plus 5x minus 6, and then bring down the -30 equals, distribute 3x minus 12. We can combine like terms. Now we need to move these left terms to the right terms to the left. So minus 3x on both sides, plus 12 on both sides. We'd get x squared plus 2x minus 24 equals 0. You can then factor this or put it in the calculator. You would get x equals -6 and x equals +4. But you need to check your solutions for this one, because if you look here, x cannot equal -4. I mean +4. X cannot equal +4 because of this. So then your only solution is going to be x equals -6. For this one, we have the same denominators as our last one, so it's going to have the same LCD. LCD equals x minus 4 and then x minus 1. So once again, multiply the numerator by the LCD. Okay, so all we did here was multiply the numerator by the least common denominator. Now we can start canceling things out. Here we cancel out x minus 1. Here we can multiply x minus 1 and x minus 4. Go ahead and bring down what's remaining. Let's go ahead and distribute. Remember, here you can use FOIL or box method. I'm going to use FOIL. We get x squared -x and then -2x and +2. Then minus, we're distributing this -2, so we're going to get -2x. -2 times -4 will give us +8 equals 12. Now we can combine like terms. These are x's, x's, and then we have numbers. So let's do that. We have x squared, and then -x minus 2x minus 2x would be -5x. Then +2 and a +8 would give us +10 equals 12. Now let's move that 12. We should get x squared minus 5x minus 2 equals 0. Now for this one, if you put it in the calculator and try and look for the zeros, you might not find it on the table. So I'm going to use the quadratic formula. By plugging into our quadratic formula, we should get, remember when we're plugging into our quadratic formula, we do not use any x's, just the coefficients in front of them. When we plug in what's underneath the radical, we're going to get 33. This is our answer. And that's it for today's notes.